to be on TV. So I understand you guys are getting swept right now away from 25th and Arapaho over here. What's up?
You gonna come on?
You gonna talk to me?
What's up, man?
I hear all this stuff's getting. You guys are getting swept.
Everybody getting killed, man. I gotta come on.
So what's going on? What's going on? The cops come and move you guys, right?
Yeah.
And they told you to go to 27th and Arapaho?
Yes, sir. Yep.
They told you to go to the drug-free security camp where there's no room for anybody.
Nope.
Now, does anybody in this crew do any kind of drugs?
Nope.
Drinking?
Nope. We're trying to better our lives, man.
Well, that's funny because when I walked up, I heard everybody talking about we can't even smoke weed.
Weed's legal.
Exactly.
It's not.
Well, what I'm trying to figure out is why the cops are telling you. I'm trying to figure out why the cops are telling you guys to move on.
Because they don't like squatters.
They don't like squatters. I heard they were they're pushing you guys in the wrong spot.
Come back to school.
You losing your stuff there, hon. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Good. I hear you guys are doing a sweep right now.
Oh, we're advising people in law.
I thought I just got a phone call that you guys are moving people to 27th and Arapaho.
I haven't moved anybody anywhere.
These people who just walked by said that you told them to move to 27th and Arapaho. Are your body cameras active? Can I have your card, please?
Done with my job.
Yes, that's fine. That's fine. We can do that.
Shit, that's how you stay then. I'll clean up. Thank you. Appreciate you, sir. Then make it us all move.
We're going at your pace.
They said we don't gotta move.
Oh, Brian. Want that on again? You got it. Move this bottle.
Good lady.
You want this back?
Is this America?
I don't know.
Or some third world country where they treat people like this?
I don't know. I just see a whole bunch of. I see a caravan moving down the street, and they all said they were advised by police officers to move to 27th and Arapaho.
There's no room there.
There's no room
It's
there.
going to create a lot of friction. Maybe that's what they want. Divide and conquer. Besides, the city's supposed to give them a week's notice, right?
Yeah, that hasn't been formalized legally yet, I guess.
It hasn't? I thought they had formalized it. Do you know how to get in touch with Therese? Homeless Out Loud?
Folks, if you got the number to D-Hole, give him a shout.
Thank you guys. God bless you.
Well, you know, I
We
mean,
gotta move though.
there's two sides of this story, right?
Right?
Like we need long-term housing solutions.
Yeah.
But when you guys pick up from a spot, it shouldn't look like this either.
But see, I just went to the mission this morning.
I understand that, but there's a heck of a lot of garbage out here,
My friend trashed it. But
right?
We always clean up at night.
So I'll be real. Like I want to see people protected, but I want a clean environment.
I agree, but it's so hard to get trash bags anywhere now.
Well, the city should provide some kind of garbage bag or at least a dumpster.
Well, there's a garbage bag on the fence over there.
Pick it up and haul it down to a trash can myself.
Bag only holds enough.
That's true.
One bag for this whole thing right here.
Well, you know, you guys got to have some camp rules, some ground regulations for yourselves to make sure that things are being managed. If you're gonna try to say that, you know, we're organized and we're proper,
Trust me.
then you gotta police yourselves.
We're trying to get better.
I understand that. I'm on both sides of the line here. All right, I showed up because I got calls on a sweep,
Yes, sir.
right? So the idea that there's a sweep going on, you know, that's a call that we're answering. But the other side of the story is, and the citizens of Denver, you know, on all ends of it say, hey, we got to keep our city beautiful, right? So we gotta.
But this is basically all the new ones coming from other parts of town.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is I'm standing here filming, I'm looking and I'm showing the truth on both sides of the story. And that includes a lot of garbage sitting around in this spot right here.
I'm sorry about that. I've been trying to get all my friends to clean it up.
Yeah.
You know, when Ray was camping out, I think it's in a tiny home, he went around several blocks cleaning out.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what they do. That's what they do at the other camp.
Yeah.
So if police officers are sending people to a camp and those people aren't prepared for rules and regulations, then that could be a cause of conflict that they're going to have to do police calls to later in this day when people are saying, hey, there's people that are doing things that this camp doesn't approve, right?
Correct.
And so that's a thing that's a big concern. And those guys over there on that side, they've been keeping their noses clean.
My biggest thing
So what's
is
going on?
the law looks at marijuana as a
The cop
drug.
says we don't have to move
If they
it.
look at it as a drug, why do they legalize it?
No, I don't think they look at marijuana as a drug.
Then,
I think that if you're a prescription user, then it's your prescription medication.
okay, well I got some trash bags. If y'all need some trash bags, I got them.
But I don't think that marijuana is the reason that you're being sweeped, is it?
So then what would you?
Okay.
It's
It's proximity to a school zone?
here. You just said it yourself.
What?
You know, I mean, like, all of us are not perfect. We're trying to get better. You know,
That
because
means
we want
if you
somewhere
want
to
your
lay down at
everything,
night.
then tell them to come
That
to me
no
for trash
squatting
bags.
ban, it affects a lot of
I
homeless
can only
people.
get out one a day because I don't. You can't get we'll go quick.
Yeah, I do know. And guys, for those of you here in the chat, no. As a matter of fact, I was working. I was finishing my day. I'm only on 19% battery. I can't sustain this all night. But I don't think this is going to be an all-night sustaining event. There's only one squad car here currently. And, you know, listen, this is what you need to see. Yeah, these guys, they had to pick her up and put her in her chair, and she's all tented into her chair there. That's sad, right? But where are these people going? They just been picked up and moved. There's nowhere to go. So what are you guys planning? You gonna just go block down the street? What do they tell you? They say it's a school zone. You can't be here. What was the?
I can clean up and stay here.
Anybody?
They told you that we don't have to move, right?
No, they didn't say that either.
Did they give you a warning? Or they just came out of nowhere?
Yeah.
They just came out of nowhere?
Nowhere.
Okay, and where did they tell you to go?
Huh?
Did they tell you to go anywhere specific?
Nowhere. They just said to move.
They didn't tell you the next place to go to? Somebody else said they gave you a location, an address to go to.
Thank you. It's not the lie. I go right now and tell them the lie in the face.
Because what I heard, some people they said they told us to go to 27 Arapaho. And that's bullshit because there's no room over there. Okay, let's be big for us, Steve.
I don't want to.
How long have you guys been here? Joe, how long have you been here? 5 years. In this spot? No, just here in this spot? Right here on the street?
It's good. How's it going, man? Doing all right?
¿Sabe español? ¿Qué es cubano? Vaya. ¿Qué pasa, pana? ¿Todo bien?
No, la policía molestando.
Pero no les dan noticias.
Yeah, we'll school them both. They got to keep this stuff clean. We can't have dirt around like this. I know. I'm talking to my... Yeah, we're showing what the real story is. It's an issue for everybody.
Both sides. Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to tell you that.
No, I
As
mean,
a
like,
person, I appreciate the fact that you're staying neutral and you're showing the issue.
yeah, it's a real issue.
I agree with you.
Nobody
I agree.
belongs on the street.
I agree with you.
20,000 vacant apartments.
I 100% agree with you. That's an issue that I agree with you 100%. It's the services here aren't.
Look, I just got a call. It was a massive sweep. I was the closest
And
to the scene.
we're not telling people where to go. We're not telling. We're just advising them on camping.
You guys-
I don't work up in that area. I don't know anything about that camp. I just learned about it from them.
I'm sleeping in
They
chair
all
for
just
that
told me
reason.
about that camp. I don't know anything about that
Well,
camp.
when I came up, these guys up here, they said y'all instructed them to go to Garyville.
I don't know where Jerryville is.
It's only 2 blocks away.
Our district ends right here, this block.
There's now.
So
Wait a
go across
second.
the street.
What's your, can I get your name and badge number,
My
please?
name is Officer Singapore. My badge number is 16066.
And what district are you in?
District 6.
All right, so you're in District 6. And when's the last time that you, as a District 6 officer, saw a non-District 6 officer in District 6 working actively?
Always. It
Okay.
happens.
So if
I
you're in
don't,
District
I don't
6,
respond to regular calls like that in another district. You respond to emergency calls in another district.
Okay.
We don't handle each other's.
Well, that's not necessarily true either, because
I'm not
officers
sitting
work
here
on the
with
16th
you right
Street
now.
Mall on a regular basis from all districts.
That's small.
So what was the main complaint? Was it the mess?
Like I said, I'm not trying to push you one way or the other, but I don't think you're safe out here. Brian, how are you tonight, man?
I'm well. How you doing?
Problems, always dealing with problems.
I hear you, sir. Just what was the big call? I just got a call. Like I was the closest on the scene.
It's just the campsite. It was literally from curb to curb, you know. And so everyone on this block calls us and says, "Hey, you guys gonna come down and enforce the camping laws or not?" Okay, we'll come down and we'll deal with the issues. And we get down here and look at what we have to deal with, you know.
Sure. So I chastised them. It's a pigsty over here. Right? There's a difference 2 blocks away.
There's some health issues here. I mean, there really are some health issues.
Right? But I got the call that you guys were advising them to go to a sober camp.
Negative. No. We
Okay.
literally walked through, told everyone here what the camping ordinance is, and they can't camp.
Okay. All right. I know that some camps, community groups are stressed that they're trying to keep things sober, keep people working, and
Honestly, tonight is the first. They keep talking about 2800 block over there. It's the first I've heard of it. I didn't know that there was a camp over there. Everyone says, "Hey, there's a big camp over there." I'm like, I didn't know that. That's interesting.
It's couples, it's workers, it's Jerry Burton, right?
I'm not familiar with Jerry Burton, but is it working out? I mean, is the campsite working out?
For the most part, it's kind of grown as well, and you know.
Is it like a community organization? Like,
Yeah, they are organized. They have rules: no hard drugs, clean up shifts, put your tents down if it's not raining during the day, go to work, right? No fighting here, all kinds of good stuff.
That is good stuff. Are they doing it through the city? Like, is it a partnership with the city, or like how are they doing it?
Not one survival group, including the tiny village, was ever in relationship with the city until the city stopped fighting. Only one location is currently authorized, and that's the tiny home village.
Where's that?
Over by the 38th Street station, about a block away.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd heard about the tiny home thing. I didn't know. I thought it was an experimental, like 6-month deal. But
Well, so it is experimental in the idea that they have to move every 6 months, but that's because the city created ordinances. Living in tiny communities is part of what pioneers did when they moved here. So the experience is proven from over, 150 years of colonization in the United States, or whatever it might be. So yeah, there's community, there's organization, and there are options that can work. It's hard because when people pick up and move, it's hard to focus on the jobs. I mean, They're having an organizational meeting trying to figure out how to go somewhere where they're not going to get harassed by you, but where they're going to keep shit clean so people in the neighborhood aren't complaining too, right?
And that's a hard thing, right? Because
Right.
I can tell you the people in this neighborhood don't want this every time they walk out the front door. They don't want rotted food. They don't want poop. They don't want pee. You know.
Well, maybe we should have more parks with bathrooms.
You know those portable bathrooms they
The
have
porta
in
johns?
trailers?
They put them. There's one just down the street on the construction zone,
Yeah.
right?
But you also know, and this is me and you talking real life.
Real life.
Do you know what happens in those bathrooms?
No, they shoot
Honestly, really.
Yeah. You know what happens in private homes when people are mentally distressed and spiritually broken?
But you know what? People shoot up everywhere.
Yeah.
It's
You go
also
in
a
the
problem.
suburbs.
Absolutely a problem.
Hey.
But
You
when
go
we give
the-
them
the people with money.
an area to do it,
Yeah.
right? Like, and I'll give you an exact example, and that's the bathrooms down at Commons Park. Do you know how horrible that is down there after hours?
Yeah, 85 people died in Union Station last year due to needle use. It's a horrible epidemic.
Absolutely.
And also-
When's the last time the city of Denver had a major drug bust?
If they're in a bathroom and overdose, or
In their homes dying or in the streets dying? I don't know. I think it's a little bit better to die in a home. Feet first, out the door.
I would love for everyone here to be in a home.
I get it.
I would.
The question still remains. When's the last time the city of Denver made a major drug bust?
A major drug bust?
Over 100 people have died in the city in the last year from
they do it every day.
needles.
I mean, tell me what major
They
is.
just
Major
hate
is not the
fucking-
dealer level. Major is the distributor level.
So you're talking federal.
No, I'm just talking about the shipments that come into the city that keep us supplied without much. I haven't heard of a drug bust in the city of Denver for meth, heroin, opioids, crack, cocaine in a year, I think.
I mean, I can tell you it happens all the time.
But is it
All the time. Whether it's
at
publicized now,
at
that I
newsworthy
can't-
levels?
What the news prints? Trust me, I would love to tell you what to print in the news. I would love to say, hey, here you go. Let's talk about this for a little while, But I can tell you that it's happening every day. I mean, we've got a dedicated unit that does it literally every day in the city and county of Denver.
And I value that it's probably low-level drug offenses.
Well, no, each district has other units that are low-level stuff. I'm talking about there are major narcotics units in the city that function literally
Like
every day.
DEA, you mean?
Well, that's task force level. That's a whole other level.
Yeah.
So it's on all levels.
That's in the grass. It's not illegal.
I mean, they're
Spit it.
they're
No,
confronting that issue that way, but
where
that's
I
not
lived
the
in
answer.
San Antonio,
Enforcement's not
when
gonna
I go
solve
visit
the
my
problem.
family in
No,
San
and
Antonio.
enforcement of this isn't going to solve this problem. We have to get away from dormitory community resources as a temporary band-aid on a daily basis, and we have to come to longer-term solutions.
I agree. We need
So
long-term solutions.
we need longer-term
Absolutely.
solutions. I come a little hyped up because of sweep. One car doesn't freak me out as bad as riot gear and all the other beautiful things that can happen. But I'm still concerned about how many blocks away are these people going to go, and then they're going to be moved again next week.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
But like you said, there's two sides to that. Right?
I know.
There's absolutely two sides to that. And in between a school and a neighborhood, this is a community problem. This is a community problem.
Okay.
Is that fair?
Yeah, it is fair. So what are you doing? Moving them? Citing them?
No, I'm not. We didn't make any citations. We advised everyone here on camping, asked them to pick up their campsites and move along.
Okay.
So I'll clean up. I'm going to put trash back.
All right.
So, final answer, because I asked a bunch of people, is this all your stuff here then? Because they told me it didn't belong to anybody. So I had
It's all
somebody
my
tell me to
stuff,
take
yeah.
it. So it
I
is
have a couple
yours.
people in my stuff, but I'm watching their stuff for them.
Okay,
They
all
told me
right.
to watch it.
I'll cancel them and we'll not put it
No, I
in.
got it. I'm in shit. I got it. I'm going to take the shit.
Okay.
I'll make sure it's clean. I'm watching a couple people. They're walking wheelchair right over there.
They would,
I'm
we
watching
should,
them.
we should
watching
take Brian,
All right.
get
I'm
take
God bless you guys.
what do you call it? Some money, collect some money and buy some those big ass commercial garbage bags.
You could use 100,000 garbage bags in a month in this city, and it wouldn't solve the problem because it's not recycling and there's not city municipal services that are easily accessible,
Yeah.
right? And there's a reason there's locks on the dumpsters because trash is free, but you got to pay to recycle, and we can recycle 90% of the trash.
So when I lived at my camp, every day I used to take my trash out.
Right, Tomas. So you know about these things.
No, I had a tight camp. There
Right.
was no violence. There was no harassing the women because I had a lot of runaway girls stay with me. If you were a drinker, if you started a fight, you were out of the camp. You weren't allowed back. In the morning, everything that was recyclable, we were next to the Haight-Ashbury Recycling Center, and people had to take their empty bottles, and the cans we saved because we could sell them at the recycling center.
Right.
Not only that, there was a guy that worked at the recycling center, and he liked us, so every day he would get a big trash bag, about $10 or $12 worth of cans from the recycling center, and leave it in a culvert. So every morning I'd go there, and
Double
I'd get
dip,
$10
huh?
or $12. I had money for coffee and pastry for everybody in the camp.
All right, so we want to. That's nice, clean, organized.
Yeah. Well, when I
Civil.
moved into that camp, it was a big fences area. It was where Keysar Stadium was. The 49ers played there.
Yeah.
So they destroyed or leveled Keysar Stadium, and they repurposed it as a high school field for the schools that didn't have athletic playgrounds or fields. So
Yeah.
the whole area was surrounded by the 6-foot fence, but you could walk right through the gate. There's a big gap, and I cleaned all the shit. People would just shit and on the surface, not bury it.
Yeah.
So I buried all the shit, all the toilet paper, everything. I had gloves.
You're supposed to have compostable toilets and shit like that.
Yeah, and every bit of trash was just clean. And the cops were down the block, about block and a half. There was a precinct station. This
Yeah.
cop would walk his dog every day and not bother us because he knew it was a clean camp.
Right. So that's a big issue, and that's one of the things that I wanted to point out to this is that this isn't clean. And so when you deal with, no, I understand. We're live. We're having a group conversation,
I agree, brother.
and really, man, you got a lot of things
I know.
for a guy that
I'm
is
still working on my mobile tent.
obviously working on a lot. You got a lot more than you're probably going to use.
Hey,
You might have to let go of some of this stuff. You know what they say? They might have to come get some of your stuff and put it in storage for
I
you.
can never get my storage back.
So that's what the
let me
corporal
ask you a
said.
question. Are you a hoarder?
Yes, I am, sir.
Okay. No. The reason, when I lived in New York, we
I am.
lived in this squat. We had we took over a 6-story building. But we have one big room. It's full of junk. We go every day. and get it
So he's
out.
stuffing her tent into the backpack
And we sell it on the
because what she does is she surrounds herself with her tent at night,
a lot of
and that's how she's gonna sit and sleep at night, is in this wheelchair inside her tent so it doesn't get stolen. This is the reality of why somebody belongs in a long-term fixed housing situation. You don't have physical difficult disabilities like this and expect to survive and have a healing life when your house is in a backpack attached to your chair. That's a real difficult thing, and no human being really wants to live like this. And I really don't believe these cops want to have to be, packing up a tent like that, picking up diapers off the ground, dealing with this. This is not what they're supposed to be doing either. And there is garbage. There's a garbage bag. See, somebody was cleaning up some trash. So it's not like they don't have the capacity at all.
I get it.
Guys, as we look at this situation here, I want to just go like this. I want you to see that this situation is so real and dire. There's fire trucks over there. There's more lights back up in there by the shelter and the buses. They gotta have 9 loaded buses every day. Thank you, Adian, Umferson, and Patrick, and Michelle. But these are the realities. Corporal, you guys getting them to shelter? You got another call.
We gotta go on another call.
God bless you. Be safe tonight, gentlemen. So that's how tearing the camp up is going to give them a chance to start all over, breathe a little bit. How you doing, ma'am? Would you like to tell your story to the world? Okay. Here's your 5 minutes before my battery dies. Gotta speak up just a little bit, though.
What can I talk about that isn't already happening?
Anything and everything that is your life that you wish to share.
I just feel that I feel like it's a possibility to survive inside or outside. You know what I mean? It's like, it's hard inside. It's hard outside. There's no peace anywhere. It's like, no.
Do you have
too
any
much.
belongings?
Yes. But I'm carrying my belongings. You know?
I think he's referring to other things.
Do you stay warm at night?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm fine. It's just a lot. You know, it's mostly a lot. And sometimes it's just too much, you know?
I mean, it's better now.
It's
like
too much when they sweat you like this. And
Yeah, I
you're
know.
like, you've had enough, you know what I mean? And like,
know what?
logically, you've had enough. And then they add to it, and it's like, for what? What are you doing this for? You know, we all know it's for the mayor.
You know what? The
You know what I
city,
mean? It's not for, we all know that they make money off of the homeless. It's like a touristy thing, you know what I mean? We already know that. But
Why do you say that? Do you say that because, like, the shelters are designed to keep you homeless?
Where's the help in Jesus saves? The name alone, where's the help? You know, really. You go in there, you gotta listen to the propaganda. You gotta behave. You know, well, obviously you should behave anywhere. You know, just
well,
realistic.
the shelters
But
also.
they kick women out at 4 o'clock.
In the
To
morning.
go sit here, no, in the afternoon, to go sit over there, but they can't get in until like 5:45, 5:30. So we're out here. Then, now they shut it all down, right? They did the sweeps over there on the Samaritan House, right? December, okay. Fine. So everybody had to go over there. Then they do it again. Why? Because the mayor was coming. Not
Well-
for us, because they didn't like us around the building, that was kind of annoying for them probably. But because the mayor was coming.
So he couldn't be seen with all the trash.
It's better to not be seen, right? They don't want to have this coming up with this election, the homelessness right outside, where he's supposed to be contributing and helping us and, you know, finding us adequate housing with all this gentrification going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know,
It's
it's
just what they
bullshit.
did during
It's
the
a
World
lie.
Cup
It's a
in
lie.
Brazil.
Oh, yeah, they
leveled
moved over
out
to
the
can't be
whole
seen.
favelas,
Yes.
favelas.
They moved us, right? They told us this morning, everybody could go to 27th in Arapaho. We're not going to tell you where to go. That's what they said. You can go over there. But then, just the same thing I asked them today. I said, didn't you guys raid that too yesterday? No, that wasn't us. Well, yeah, it was because some people lost their belongings to quote-unquote storage when they weren't there.
Right, you only got 30 days to get your stuff.
Right. So, I mean, come on now. Like, I mean, you lied to us. They're lying all the time. You know what I mean? This is for politics and to move us out. It's better to not see the roaches, but we know the roaches are there. You know what I mean?
Well, but, you know, also, they do, I have a point.
You're
And
right
that
about
is that the trash is disgusting. And you wouldn't be welcome at 27th and Arapaho with this kind of trash.
Right.
They would kick you out. They don't want dirty
They
campgrounds.
police themselves.
They police themselves.
Right.
That's the
So-
bottom line.
Yeah, so that means everybody cleans, everybody does that. And,
Everyone should be responsible for their spot.
Right.
yeah.
You know, and
Right. It's just which it should be with everybody. Like, you know, the whole thing about when the Samaritan House was on, when they had that sweep over there. One side was like, whoa. The other side was kept pretty neat. You know what I mean? Then there's another side that we didn't talk about. But it's possible that if everybody stood in their own little tents, their own little stuff, and they kept their shit together, everything would be fine.
It's possible.
But it doesn't happen that way.
Yeah,
And then we have to move around.
that's the hard part. So it'd probably just be easier to have a place to live, and then you wouldn't have so much trash because you'd have a garbage can to put it in.
Right. I mean, in touch too, you know, when they come out of nowhere
Excuse me.
to maneuver you, you know, it's like you can't just
how come you
You gotta
can't get
pack.
housing?
end
Huh?
do that.
How come she can't get housing?
Oh, yeah, how come you can't get housing?
Because I'm waiting for a lot of things have to do with my age, right? Because I'm on a hospice program. supposed to be on hospice right now. So I can't. I haven't got my approval for Social Security disability yet. It's been like 6 months.
Yeah, but
It's a
hospice
year.
is for the dying.
I am dying, sir. I am dying. Okay, so
Sorry to hear that.
what I'm saying is that when I got out of the hospital like 3 weeks ago, I was supposed to be in there, in the rescue program. I was supposed to be already housed there to move into the transitional program. But it was a game that they kept playing. They weren't concise with their messaging to tell me where I was supposed to be. So after 5-6 days of continuously going back and forth at 8 a.m. to figure it all out, I gave up. I just couldn't do it no more because you can't keep getting denied every time you get. I'm waiting for approval for Social Security disability. I've been waiting for 10 years. They've seen me. They know. They know I can't do anything anymore for myself. The hospital knows. Everybody knows. But they're willing to move things along quicker. No, we got 3-year waiting list. I don't have 3 years to live.
Sorry to hear
You know
that.
what I'm saying? So I'll take my chances out of the street. Maybe I'll be a little bit more happier than versus going in there and getting, like, bullied by older women who got nothing better to do with their time. You know what I mean? Or I can't plug my chair anywhere because it's a fire hazard. It's different everywhere I go. So why not
Sorry.
just stay outside?
Well, when I was in San Antonio, Texas, in this park, Main Plaza, downtown, they were telling people with electric wheelchairs, if they plugged in to the city, electricity was considered robbing
The city.
service
Yeah,
the
yeah.
city, and it was a $300 fine.
Yep.
They were even going to give me a ticket for charging my cell phone. I told the cop, well, how much does it cost? It costs about less than a penny to charge a cell phone. And I go, well, there's something wrong. If you can go to the public library, the city electricity, charge it there, and they don't care. Plug your laptop.
Yeah, to do it anywhere
you know,
outside is a problem.
Yeah.
And
and there's enough waste in the city
I've been
to.
in the mission all day. I couldn't charge this chair.
I mean, they're
Saved my life.
targeting
All the
homeless
plugs are
people.
taken.
That's
Nobody
what they
cares.
do.
I can't plug it in there because it's a fire hazard. Wherever I put it, it'll be a fire hazard
Why? It's electricity. It should be.
because of where it's placed. You're either on the one set of cots where there's one plug that you got to share with like.
Oh, so you're fire hazard because you're blocking the hallway.
You're blocking the hallway, or you're blocking a door, or you're blocking something. The chair is a problem.
It's like there's no fucking common sense anymore.
Well, there's not. And guys, this is what we're dealing with in the city of Denver. Now, all those people that were over here, they're just half a block down there. And my battery's about to die, so I'm going to shut off now. Can we get your name, hon?
Brandy.
Brandy, I'm Brian. It's nice to meet you. All of you out there in the internet worlds, thank you for joining us today. Seeing a real life of what we're fighting for in our city, life and death on a daily basis. Have a blessed night, man.
Good night.